Oh yeah. That's a good stuff. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. September 1st, Sunday. 8:16 in the morning. Here we go. Oh, it's not that one, obviously. Oh. Are we ever this lucky? Let's get lucky. Drill flip. Nailed it. Let's see if we can do that again. 2 for 2. Nailed it. All right, guys and gals. In case you're wondering, when the contactor got the signal from the thermostat to close, 110 volts across 2 lines of power went across the contactor, energizing the condenser fan motor and the compressor. All right, and what we saw was we had that hum of the compressor very, very sluggishly trying to start. The fan stayed on, but the compressor, that sluggish noise, that stopped. And that just told me that we have a problem with the starting of that compressor. And I just removed the electrical cover. We have a few components here that are not that standard, because we have a couple things that were added by others. So this is our dual capacitor. This gives the fan and the compressor motors that power to start. This is a relay for a hard starting device, which is this kickstart right here. And right down there, we have a time delay. Time delay is set at a certain number of seconds or minutes, and that prevents a short cycling of the compressor. It's like, say, in the event of a power outage, breaking that time, or the breaking that closing of the contactor. So we had that hum going on here, right? And I can almost guarantee that since nothing's really looking crazy here, we probably have a bad capacitor. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take my drill, I'm gonna carefully pull this out. Now remember, we still have 24 volts going to our system right now, right? Going to that contactor. So we wanna be very careful and making sure we don't touch anything on the side there. Next, I'm gonna discharge my capacitor, making sure there's no power. Then I'm gonna take just something go between all the terminals, like that, right? And like that. I'm going to make note of what we have here. We have a 45/5 dual capacitor rated at 440 volts. There are some that are 370. Some say 370 and 440 over 440, but I can't put a 370 in here. If there's a 370 here, I could put a 440 here, but I can't put in a 370 here. So we're going to see, we have a bunch of terminals on top. The brown single one is a fan. All right, we're going to remove that because that's the easiest one to identify and remember. Brown is always fan in almost all cases. We have purple and red went to the 4-pronged terminal. That's common. We have this yellow. That is our HERM going to the compressor terminal. And we have 2 blues, and that was on our start relay. Let's ohm this out. Sorry, let's get our multimeter and read capacitance of this. All right, so here is our dual capacitor. I'm going to use the Fluke 902 FC multimeter. This is great for most of the stuff that we do. The only regret that it does not do that I wish it did is millivolts. I have it set to read capacitance. I have one terminal of my leads onto common, which is C, has the 4. Let's go to fan. And we have 4.5, so it's supposed to be 5. This would get replaced if I was testing this during a preventative maintenance call. So now let's go to HERM, which is right there, and we're reading 1. Now sometimes these things get a little dirty, right? So let's just double check, put it on a nice clean part right there, a different part. Maybe we may have to scrape it off a little bit, but we are reading 0.1. And one last but not least, will it pass the shake test? There's no liquid swishing around in there. But this 45/5 dual capacitor, made in China, is capacitor flip. Nailed it. All right, here's our new capacitor, 45/5 Titan. Let's test this. So common to Herm, 45.3. Common to fan, 5.2. So this is a now brand new and tested replacement dual capacitor for that one. Let's put this in. Let's install this wire by wire and then fire up. All right, so the new capacitor is in. I had to move the location of the screw hole, the sheet metal screw holding the capacitor strap to the unit. I also took a Sharpie, wrote today's date on it, 9/1/24. Let's button her back up and fire up. Maybe we should get the leaf blower and blow some of this crap out of here, but I need a lot more help than that. Oh, still not enough, huh? All right, I got the Supco Super Boost, the SPP6. Let's try that first. Abracadabra. See what we're working with here. Nothing there. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff right there. That's a good money. That was good money. All right, take two. Let me get that money. Okay, to the yellow wire, 5.8. Let's check the red wire if I can get in there. 5.96. All right, the glare 6.2. Let's check down here if I can. 4.8. So I'm good. I'm happy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the service call is done. You know, and you know it's my fault. You know what? I should stop being a hypocrite. Practice what I preach. If you ain't testing, you're guessing. I tested the dual capacitor, saw that my compressor side, my Herm terminals, was reading 0.1 when it needed to read 45, or plus or minus 10% from 45, and it wasn't. And I took for granted that, just like many of you do as well, you took for granted that that was the only problem. Buttons are all back up. Sure enough, the hard starting relay, the hard starting device that was installed on this system was kaput. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? If you ain't testing, you're guessing. Regardless, Sunday morning, 8:52 in the morning here. Service call is complete. The occupants of the home on the second floor are now going to be cool. Even though it's September, it's 75 degrees out. We have very high humidity right now, 95% humidity levels right now. But we got them up and running. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got a little something out of this video. I went in a little more depth than I normally do, but hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the criticism section down below. The comment section down below. And remember, if you're in the Central Florida, Orlando region, for the month of September, if you call Pipe Doctor Home Services at 407-375-1100, your air conditioning, central air conditioning service call will be free. Any part that costs me $100 or less, I am giving to you for free. So basically, this excludes motors. And coils aren't a replaceable part that's, stock. So if you need a motor, offer doesn't apply, but that's virtually all the other components of your central air conditioning system, right? And once we make that repair, we're gonna do a full tune-up, cleaning of the outdoor coil, the indoor coil at zero charge. It's my way of introducing my company and how we perform services in the neighborhood. You can also save time, book online at orlandopipedoctor.com. That was a mouthful. Catch you on the next one. Be well, God bless, stay safe.